Hi folks, I'm here with Stefan Schubert to talk about the 2016 Christmas Market Massacre in West Berlin that occurred right here. So Stefan, I hear that you're an expert on what happened here. Could you give us a quick rundown of the events?
Yeah, this is inner city Berlin, West Berlin. There's a huge Christmas market there with a lot of people in the Christmas time. And in this building was living a US friend of Anis Amri. I think maybe it's a reason because here was the terror attack, and the LKW, the stolen LKW coming from this street.
Yeah, I don't know whether you can see it.
And is raised in the people of the Christmas market here.
Which is why we have all the barricades up now, isn't it?
We have all barricades.
Yeah.
You see, and there's a whole year. It's barricades for when you go 2 feet for cars, and it's here like in a very other city in Germany where all Christmas markets were under target of terrorists, so they have put all barricades.
Yeah, we have the same thing in England, actually, unfortunately. So could you tell us about the gold strip on the floor? I don't know whether it's captured on the camera, but there's a gold strip that goes across there. What's that represent?
The gold strip is of the people who died here by the terror attack. They are the name of the 12
with the line on the floor.
And the line of the floor is it's a line of the terror.
It's the line of the truck.
Yeah, it's coming here, rest, and because of the crash of people and of the Christmas stands, the automatic anti-stop system of the LKW were intact, and the LKW make a jump from here out over the street where no barricades were, and that is the photo who goes through the world when the LKW is standing there after the attack.
So we can see that this is like somewhere that obviously foreigners were coming as tourists to come and visit. It's quite interesting. What's been the reaction to it? I mean, particularly the German reaction, because I think that's what I think a lot of people want to know. So I think there's going to be an expectation that foreign governments will understand this is a terrible thing, they'll honour those people. But like you were saying a minute ago, we don't really hear much about the German victims of them. Is that on purpose, or is that just something that's just fallen by the wayside?
This is, yes, this was happened. The victims of the Islamic terror attack have no face in German media become, no stories. After months, a little bit, we'll say there are some people who worked here, he come after work with the Arbeitskollege, going on the Christmas market or to buy a Christmas present. But the mainstream media don't say what are the story about the victims. They put it unter den Teppich kehren, we say it in Germany.
Right. Right. So can you tell us something about the terrorist himself? What he did, why he did it? Did he act alone? And what's been the sort of response after the fact?
The German government still say he was alone. He's dead, and now the cause are dead. But this is wrong. Right. It's a lie. Anis Amri was a part of 3 IS networks in Berlin, in Germany. He has contact to a radical moschee in Moabit. The police and the Secret Service say it was the headquarters of the IS in Germany.
Right, okay.
And Anis Amri were every time there going in and out. The policeman has a camera outside. They have all the terrorists on the camera, and this has happened. But this is because it was happened in Berlin, because it's a very high networking from IS terrorists.
So what happened to his accomplices?
To the composites?
The accomplices, the people he worked with.
Not much. The government still say he was alone, but they have put 3 or 4 Anis Amri friends out back to Tunisia and Algeria, But many of his networks still here is in Berlin, still is here in Islamic networking. Many of them arrested 2 times to have new terror plans. One of the marathon in Berlin. They are all here, and the government said we can go put them back to Tunisia.
Yeah.
It's not possible, so they are still here, and the police say under 4 eyes we are sure that they're planning a new attack, and we hope that we can fight against this.
Yeah, intercept them before
intercept
they do.
them, yeah.
So what was the terrorist life like? I can't remember, what was his name, sorry?
Anis Amri.
Anis Amri. What was his life like before he committed the terror attack?
Yeah, he was a refugee from Tunisia. He came with 4 other IS terrorists to Lampedusa, then to the Italian fastland. He was criminal in Italian. He was arrested in Italian.
What for?
Drug. He was fighting. He was also in Italian in Islamic groups. It's one of the dossiers of the Italian Secret Service say he is a sympathisant of IS. He is dangerous, but after his jail, he was in jail in Italian. He attacked a Wärter, from jemand who works in the jail, and he don't go from Italian back to Tunisia. He opened the door, he go out and come over the open border to Germany.
And what did he do when he got into Germany?
Two times. The first, he was criminal at the first time. Drug traveling and drug handel, Körperverletzung.
Assault.
Yes, was fighting. He have 14 false identities who will get pay from the government.
Fraud. Right. So
Yes.
yeah, he's right. Okay. Yeah.
So that's, the government pays him or financiers his attack when he want. And when he come nach Germany, he was totally in more IS groups. So it seems he has very good contacts. Before he comes, he was with es gibt 2 leaders of the IS in Germany, and he can go to him, everything, talk to him, and they say Anis Amri was not alone, he was one of the network.
And so he was in contact with the Islamic State, through his whole journey, or just when he got to Germany?
It's
hard to say, is it?
That's a state, but the Secret Service, the police have his iPhone hacked.
Oh, right.
And can lie. He has a Telegram chat with the IS in Libya, with the terrorist commandant. He'll say, you must do an attack in Berlin. You must do it for Allah. You must do it for our fight.
Right, yep.
This is all in the papers. And still, 10 minutes before the attack started, he is in contact with the IS terrorist leader in Libya. And he said, I'm in the LKW, I do it now, pray for me, I do it now. And the police have all this chat.
So we know that he was contacting other cells and was taking instruction. So he wasn't on his own.
No,
he wasn't.
It's a new strategy from the Islamic State that they say we don't say do a attack. Maybe the terrorists say, oh, I'm afraid, I don't want to die, or no. And about the Telegram chat, until the terror attack attempt, you have them under control. You said, you must do it, we are by you, do it now. Your brother are dying in Libya, do it now in Berlin. And that's a new strategy from the IS, who was 26 in Germany.
So this is going to sound redundant, but the motivation was religious. Is that fair to say?
Yes, it's.
I mean, I know, but I appreciate that.
The mainstream media say an Islamic terrorist is no Islamic motivation.
Yeah.
It's they call it, it's international terrorism.
Oh, international.
Yeah,
terrorism. So globalist terrorism. Is it?
Yes, this is called the mainstream media in Germany. Islamic terrorism is changed to international terrorism, and it's he have take a bekenner video. We say.
So would you say that the media here has downplayed the aspect of the religious motivation for it?
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
of
I
course.
assume so. But
Yeah. And Anis Amri was in Berlin before he attacked. He make a video to say I'm a fighter for the Islamic State.
Oh, did he?
I'm here in Germany to murder the pigs. We are here in the name of Allah. We are here because the Islamic states were attacked from military from US, from Western Europe. That's it, where we come the war back.
It was in response to a perceived military strike in the Muslim world.
Yes.
Right. And he's being open about the fact that he's doing it for Islam. He appears to be following and in contact with various Islamic groups, parts of the Islamic State, and yet people will say it's not anything to do with Islam, won't they?
Yeah, that's it. And the Islamic State has an news agent where they say official statements of the US, and after the attack, very short time after the attack, they reclaimed this was a terror attack from 1 hour terrorists to have a massacre in Berlin. We called it the Ungläubigen and
Infidels.
the Ungläubigen. That's all fact. You can
Couldn't be any more clear, could it?
yeah.
So what was his behaviour like before the attack? Because I think that there are going to be a lot of people who will be thinking, well, if he's such a religious man, was he drinking? Was he carousing with women? Was he, taking drugs, doing things that would otherwise be considered to be not pious? Was he?
Yeah, it's a new type of terrorists. It's in West European cities. You see it everywhere in Barcelona, London, Paris. When you look at the biography of the terrorists, they are all same. They are criminal. They are grown up in their own Islamic community. In Germany, we say no-go area. Yeah. You don't have to speak the German. It's all in Arabic and in Turkey.
Sounds like a colony.
Yeah, colony. Yes, it's. They sell drugs. They take drugs. They're drinking beer, and
they're not what we would consider to be good Muslims.
not in the old. But thing it's
they don't live like a good Muslim should.
Yes, I think this is a new typical yes terrorism that is typical for West Union cities. They live here. They look what is the life.
They live like,
and they like it, of course. But that is no reason to say I don't live very religious. But I have no problem to do a religious Islamic attack. That is.
Well, it reminds me of the 9/11 attackers, where they would take drugs, visit prostitutes, drink beer, and then still they would commit an Islamic terror attack. So the allegation is, well, they're not good Muslims, therefore, they've been drinking alcohol, having sex with women, therefore they're not real Muslims. And I think that envisages the mindset wrong.
Yeah.
So I think they view the attack as a form of redemption. What would you say?
That is a framing from the media who want no discussion about the Islam and the problem in West Europe about the migration from Islamic men, and they use the West lifestyle of the Islamic man to say, he can't be Islamic terrorist, he's drinking a beer, but that's maybe for 20 years.
Yeah,
it's be so, but now it's a new type terrorist.
Right. Okay. And I assume this is not a unique phenomenon. I assume this has been a pattern of terror attacks in Germany and elsewhere. Is that correct?
Ein Muster, ein Teil von einem großen Muster von Terroranschlägen.
We see at the open border 2015 if Madame Merkel invited the whole Middle East to come to Germany. We have 6-7 attacks but they are all different. We have with knives.
Yeah.
We have a suicide bomber. We have a 16-year-old girl with Schleier who take a knife, who take a knife and attack a policeman in the neck. It's very typical. This is a new one because the ES don't exist anymore. They have no Kalashnikovs, no TNT, so they have a new strategy. We take cars. We have middle August a new Islamic attack here in Berlin, in the city of Berlin.
Although in August, did you say?
Oh, August.
This year?
Yes.
I didn't even hear about
Yes. It was in a car.
Right.
Ein Asylant, abgelehnt. I think.
Refused asylum seeker.
Yeah.
Right,
It was
okay.
a ramming attack on the
A
city
ramming
autobahn.
attack. Yeah. He rammed a motorrad and cars. 6 people injured, 3 very hard. And he go on the cars, say Allahu
Yeah.
Akbar. I have a bomb. We are all dying now. It's still 1 week, a few weeks ago.
It still happens.
So,
And you didn't hear about it.
No, I didn't
No.
even hear about it.
Yeah.
No, it didn't
in Germany,
make the news in England.
In Germany, it was 2-3 times.
In Germany.
Yeah.
Well, I can believe it. Yeah.
2-3 times days it was in the media, but they don't say it's Islamic, it's refugees,
Yeah.
he's illegal, he must be back to the Iraq. They don't say about it.
So I guess the final thing I'd like to know about is public opinion in Germany. I mean, what's the general view of what's happened and the way it's being covered and the way the authorities respond to it?
Yeah, Germany is gespalten, divorce, split.
Yeah.
Das is people who were defined as populists, as right wing, say we have problems with Islamic communities in the city. It's a suicide politic to get every month more Islamic men from the Middle East to Germany. We must control.
Yep.
We must control the refugees. But the mainstream media are very powerful in Germany. We have
They're very powerful.
very powerful. They have much money. I have the BBC have 4 million a year. In Germany, ADZDF 9
Oh, really?
Milliarden Euro.
9 billion.
9
billion.
nine
yeah,
billion.
yeah.
Every year, and the mainstream media who are in private hands, they are like the government media. It's
Yeah.
no different between them.
And so the general opinion is what, fairly ignorant of this? would you say?
Ignorance, yes.
This has been.
Suicide ignorance, yes.
Yeah, that's interesting. So I guess what do you think can be done about this?
Yeah, that is the big question.
I suppose that's why we're here recording this now, isn't it?
Yeah, we
Doing
have.
our part,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. This is.
Yeah.
We have in Cologne. We have speak about it. There's a Western night where we have this rap from 1,500 men out of North
Yep,
Africa. It was
For anyone who's not familiar, this is the Cologne New Year's Eve 2016 attacks. I've done videos about it. I'm sure you can find them. But
yes, we have the terrorist attack, and the people. That is the reason why the AfD is in every parliament. They are 12 in the east, 25%. That's the reason, because million people in Germany don't want this. So they say, I don't want this for my children, for my daughter.
Yep.
That they are in danger when they go out to have a party, Silvester, when they wear a rock.
Yeah.
That's maybe
deeply irresponsible.
yes,
Isn't it?
yes, yeah.
It's, it seems like a civilization that wants to sell itself out. It's so bizarre.
So I think we are in Germany at the beginning of a very big media fight against the opinion about the Islam, about migration.
And I suppose, sorry to interrupt, but I suppose that the response from the media is name calling. As in, you are a racist, you're an Islamophobe. You're a xenophobe.
That is the only thing they can do.
Yeah.
And then they do it. They do it like 5 years in Germany. Every day another prominent singer, footballer who say his opinion in social media or so. It's a new, it's a new racist, new durchgeknallt.
he's in trouble,
Yeah, ist in trouble. Verschwörungstheoretiker ist bei uns ganz groß. Yeah,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
it's a new frame.
Oh, it's a conspiracy theory that these.
No, that not. But
quite that
when you criticize the corona politic of the
yes,
Merkel,
yeah,
then of course, but it's the people. The people don't want to hear it anymore, and I think it was conflicts in Germany in the Bevölkerung, by the people. It will be go higher and higher.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your.